almost all our tax revenues is used to service our debts, and the effect has been the introduction of several new taxes. You all know the COVID tax. During the elections, we enjoyed sweet, free water, free power, and at the time, several people warned us that somebody will have to pay for it anyway. Immediately after the elections, when the COVID taxes were brought, and we complained, we were told that, well, it was not free to the generators, so somebody has to pay those who generate the power, and that's why we are being subjected to these new taxes. So this has led to rampant increments in the prices of goods and services, and this is primarily responsible for the hardship that Ghanaians are going through today. A comparison with our neighbors and peers in sub-Saharan Africa, all of whom were also affected by COVID-19, shows that they have been able to protect their citizens from COVID-19 in ways that are similar to ours. They have, however, avoided increasing their debts and deficits because of more prudent management of their economies. And so if you make a comparison of our economy and our neighbors, you find that our economy has been more affected in terms of debt, in terms of deficit, than our neighbors have. And what can account for that? And that is even if you take the statistics at face value. I have accused this finance minister of creative accounting. And now you cannot trust government figures. And before, we left it to academia and research think tanks to interrogate the figures and help us come with a reality of what the economic situation currently is. As he was talking, he mentioned that in many of the budgets, the bailout costs were left as footnotes. The energy sector debt was left as footnotes. And they were not captured as part of the deficit in order to give a better deficit figure. But if you added those liabilities, and there are liabilities that are government liabilities, they are nobody else's liabilities. And so if you're budgeting, you must take cognizance of them. But in order that we can give a better picture, so that when we go on the bond market to borrow, we can get a more favorable borrowing condition, we leave those figures out. And that has become a major problem. This government must accept that it is their mismanagement of the economy, their thirst for consumption expenditure, and the desire to spend beyond their means in order to win elections that have plunged us into the current crisis, not necessarily COVID-19. COVID-19 has exacerbated it, and as COVID normally does, it takes advantage of underlying pre-existing conditions. So COVID has taken advantage of the underlying conditions of the economy to make things even worse for us. And so currently our economy is in ICU, and we all must pray hard that we are able to survive as a nation.